Demeter wanders the Washington coast. March. So many withered days since Persephone went under. More seasons than seeds in 1,000 pomegranates. Never mind the poisonous 6. More leagues scuffed and squelched beneath her feet than Demeter cares to count. What occupies a goddess on her circuit round the sun? What germinates, what sprouts and rots in the fecund coils of deific concern? Does she consider still her keening decree? Half a year to banish the sun, stunt the stems in their skyward tracks. A moon's phase of darkness for each jeweled seed. She was so hungry. The green girl lost to a father-fool's bargain. Half a year, then, to make clear the unforgivable. There are no questions in the certainty of summer. Daughter at her side, happiness an afterthought. Summer is perfect and blooming and over. Always. Always too soon. And in the early months, in the whistling wet days before spring, with no child to chase but her own barren fury, and returned, somehow, to this cold water coast, returned to pine trails and tepid days and defiant, discourteous green clinging to the jagged rock shores, Demeter must take pause. Is this how I meant to mourn? Low tide, and her mother's heart shudders still. These stones take a beating, she thinks. Poor things. Salt and wave are chastisement enough. This heaped debris? Sheer insolence. Someone's daughter already swiped the stale pack of smokes, prudently left the bottles, plastic bags like tired jellyfish, the child's shoe in alarming proximity. And the worst of it, thoughtless. A partially woven crown, graceless grass coronet. What good is halfway to anyone? Half a crown is half a queen. Half a year is not enough time. Half queen, half daughter. Not enough for either to be true. What occupies a goddess where this coast lays claim? What injuries, what penitence does she tend in her great greenhouse frame? Half a year to banish the sun, to punish these brokering gods. Nothing grows, nothing thrives, nothing green. All would be well. See, the blooms obey, remain abed. No violet, mustard, pale pink riots. They send instead somnambulant roots twining down and down to Persephone's winter cell. And yet, Demeter takes no comfort here. This region rebels. The prickled evergreen, mutiny in the naming. Other winter bare trunks are gaudy in spattered moss and mold. The low-growing salal that never stops, the tufted cliffs shrinking into the sea and seated heavy with cigarettes and lonely exhalations. That blasphemous crown and all its cast-off kin, all of it crowding a thick line at the vanished tide. All of it defies her. All of it wet, treacherous gray, and constantly, partially springing into vicious, verdant green. Is this the way I meant to mourn? More seasons than seeds in 1,000 pomegranates. Half a year. Half a queen. Salt and wave and green on the shore at the end of the world. So many, many green days ahead. Threadbare. A solstice poem for my sisters who have never danced together. 4 sisters, and each with a face like her mother that does not blend into the next. September grows full and begs to be picked from tumbled plates, harvest gold. A summer cheek ripens on the youngest, never as warm as the memories of sun. Spring blooms in the silent one's petal-soft lips. The oldest carries December, hot chestnuts in her gaze. 4 sisters cross the river each night. No lifeline knitted between them. Their feet are sure, and they walk the year right down to its nubs. Their slippers don't wear, though the days do. Evenings and hours grow thin in their wake. Threadbare. A lucky thing, too. Far easier to pluck a day from the sky, an evening from the coldest stream, than a slipper from the orchard, once it has worn through to the skin. Four sisters, and each with a mother who knows all the diamonds and gold in the stars and the trees cannot make the day grow long before it's time. Persephone seeds a pomegranate. The blonde woman on TV shows how to whack the fruit with a spoon. I like a series of 3 good taps, but you can do whatever works for you. Red seeds tumble on the counter in clumps. The blonde smiles out, and she lays her heirloom spoon to another quartered crimson globe. It seems a strict, parental kind of punishment. Not too hard now, but firm and determined, powered by faith in a good result. 3 stinging lines ghost the backs of her thighs. Persephone takes her chef's knife in hand, the big one that's good for everything, and she diligently grips the woody skin, scores and slices the crown, and doesn't drive in too deep. She turns the glistening insides to the cutting board, administers 6 sharp whacks, and oh, there. The blonde on TV reminds her now to marvel at the scattered jewels, her own good works. So easy now to pluck and grab the juicing seeds. She laughs through a comic mouthful, and another, and another. She does not pull out the bitter pith or look to see who's watching. It's a good thing, Persephone thinks, that it used to be so hard. Laryngitis. The beast that clutched your voice in his palm. The crown you stole and shined, too proud to wear or melt for war. The pin feathers sprouting along your arms. The tale they told their children. The claws wrapped tight around your lungs. The throttle, the threat. The moonlight that made us stare. The enchantment traded for a truth, a crown, a voice. Yours. Your voice. Your scalding voice. Your stolen voice. Your secret skyward refrain. Yours. Yours blasting forth as air transformed by bellowing heat. The concertina inside your chest. Melody wrought by threat of collapse. Yours. The jagged words. The words that tore your skin. The words that roared into the blaze. The embers, molten gold and star-bound ash. The song that burned, that branded your brow. Yours. Your words, your song, your dust. Yours. Yours. And they never were, not a one. The white bird's wings you wore each night, the stranger you became. The music you made, your fire-bright song brought forth from the ache, the clutch, the grasp, the break. They never were. The stars, the crown, the shattered spells. The moral of, the lesson in, the story that isn't for children. So tell them, they never were. Never were. Never could be. Stop.